Hey minions, welcome back to my channel, Crazy Dimples. So, I'm back with another story time for you guys. For y'all that don't know, um, I have had a long, many years, let me just put it this, I had many years of struggle with drug abuse. And I have, the story that I'm about to tell you, and that at that time, you know, I was in the midst of doing my bad things that I used to do. In the glory of God, I do not do those things anymore. So moving forward, hope you guys like my little sundress. I know it's cold outside, but it's not in here, so alright, so anyway, back in the bathroom, we in the bathroom with the story time, because you ain't gonna know. For y'all that don't know, I live in the studio, and this is my peaceful time. The kids over there, getting ready, sleeping. Supposedly, I know the other one's on the phone being sneaky. But anyway, so let me go on with the story. Let me start with the story. Okay, so um, this story is about the time that I was hanging around. I was hanging with a friend, and in the middle of us hanging around. You know what? Let me just make this juicy. Let me not tell you what it is, because I want you guys to stay tuned. It's juicy. It's juicy, but I feel like the way I'm gonna detail it is like, cause it was so long ago, like super long ago. I could just remember the main event, the problem that happened there. One of the scariest times that I ever encountered in my life. And there's been plenty of times I encountered scary times that I encountered, but this was one of the scariest ones. Right. So, in my midst of use, I had a friend that used to use with me, and he had a crush on me, obviously, and he used to be, hanging out with me. So he used to provide, me with, the substance. So I used to hang around with him because, I wanted to get free shit. So I used to hang around with him. So so he calls me and he says, "Hey, what's up? What you doing?" It was like it's like roughly around nighttime, around the evening. And he's like, "Hey, what's up? What you doing?" So I'm like, "Nothing." He's like, "You wanna come out? You wanna hang out? Get high, whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I put my clothes on. I'm like, "Peace to my mom." I'm out that door. One thing I do say before I leave the house, my mom always taught me to pray. My mom always taught me to pray. So I always pray. I do Our Father before I leave the house. To this day, I still do it. Whether I used or I don't use anymore, I still pray because you never know. So I go, he didn't live far. He actually lived around the corner from me, around the block. And so I made my jolly way. I made my jolly way to go meet up with him. And he's like, "Listen, first, you already know, we started getting high." And I'm like, well, I'm already geeked up. I'm already high and shit. I'm like, I'm feeling we drinking, smoking, doing whatever we're doing, getting high. And I'm just like, I'm ready to go out. I'm ready to hang out, you know? So when we would sit in the staircase of the building and we would, get high or whatever. Cause he had a girlfriend that knew me, and I didn't know that he had a girlfriend. But whatever, when you're using drugs, you don't give a fuck about nobody else but your damn self, and that's the truth. Um, so when I went over there to go hang out with him, he was like, "Listen, I got a few friends that we can hang out with. We just gotta get in the cab and we're gonna go. It's not that far." So he calls the cab, we get in the cab, we get there. So I'm thinking like we hanging out like indoors, like we're hanging out, like we're gonna go hang out in an apartment or like a regular hangout or just not where we were going, not where it was, where our hangout spot was gonna be at. So we get to the place. I see that we're like in front of this big store where they sell. It was almost like a CH Martin. I don't know what the hell it was. I didn't go in the place because where we were gonna hang out was in front of the place. Now that business sold Christmas trees, and so his friends were working at the time. So at that time it was around Christmas time, around there. Christmas time was coming up, and their job was to be out in like this little hut thing that they built with the Christmas trees that were lined up outside, and I guess the customers would just pick out the Christmas trees that they wanted, and then there was a machine that, I guess cleaned up the Christmas tree, whatever that thing does, and they would pack it up, wrap it up, and then people would, the customers would just take it home. So the little hut where we was at, I guess that's where they would like that. I guess that was their station. So it was like two other guys. They were white. My friend was Puerto Rican. I'm Dominican. I don't know why I had to say it. I just want you guys to get a visual. So we're in there. We're drinking Hennessy, smoking weed, sniffing cocaine, and we're getting high. Now, we're so twisted and chilling that we're not expecting anything to go wrong, and especially in a business place like, where they're selling Christmas trees. In the middle of us hanging out and selling Christmas trees, all high and fucked up, I hear this car. I hear this car going, but I didn't think anything of it. We didn't hear it because I think we had music on. I don't know. But I kind of remember hearing that. Or it wasn't that I heard it when they left, because I know when they left. Let me not mess up the story. So, in the hut, when you come inside, it's like wooden, it's like made out of wood. There's like a bench on this side, a bench on that side, and I guess, two friends are there, and I was sitting on this side when you come in, and then my friend was sitting on this side, and the other guys was just standing up. So, like, it was really small. It was like no bigger than a spacious bathroom. Like, it was really big. It was in like so little, but it was small. Next thing you know it, I see this guy coming in with his face covered up. It was two black guys. It was like I think they were definitely gang members because they had red bandanas, like they were from the blood. And they came in, covered their face with the bandanas, and then when he came in, like, it was so casual the way they did it. Like, they were like professionals. It was so casual. Like, he just walked in there like with a gun, but the gun had the bandana over it. And then once he came in, he was like, "This is a stick up. Get on the floor." And I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm literally like in my early 20s. Like, I literally was like, was I in my early 20s? No. I was like maybe like 17, 18, around there. I was young. I think it was around there, like 20, 18, 19, or somewhere around there. And all I remember was looking at this guy with this gun like this, like, and he clocked it, like, but it stayed like that. See, I didn't know much about guns, but I did learn something after. They said something about it. So I'm sitting down. I'm like, I got $10 in my pocket. That's all I had. $10 in my pocket and a bottle of Hennessy that was almost done. That's all I had. Now these guys, it was two of them. They come. The people that I was hanging with, they went on the floor. They threw lots of money on the floor because the guy was, you already know, at gunpoint. And then my friend didn't take out his money, so the guy noticed that he didn't take out his money, so he was like, he put the gun on his head. He was like, "You wanna die? You wanna die?" And then my friend took out the money and threw it on the floor. And I was like, "I ain't got no money." And then the guy was like, "Nah, man, you good. And I'm like, what should I do? Should I get on the floor too? So I took my little $10 and I threw it. Cause I'm like, fuck that shit. I want these $10 out of my life. Whether he want my money or not, you can have it. Goodbye. Leave. So I gave him $10 up. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. And they took the money and they left. And all I heard was, and they left. Immediately, obviously, the police was called. And from what I heard was that there was a lot of reports of these robberies going on, and I'm pretty sure that it was them. And they got away with that. Now, back to the gun situation. I don't know anything about no gun before, right? Because I don't handle with guns. I don't play with guns. But the guy was like, one of the guys' name was like, when he was telling the police, and they're related to police, the people that they robbed. He was like, this is why I need a gun. This is why I told you guys I needed a gun in here. When I tell you they took thousands of dollars, they took thousands of dollars. Because I saw it on the floor. And I was just like, wow, like, these motherfuckers got away with this shit. And they really good at it because they know that was a perfect spot to hit. Because, I mean, there's no cameras in there. It's like nothing but a wooden shack, a hut, whatever the hell that thing is. It was so smooth. They smooth criminals, I'm telling you, they smooth. And they left. They left with a good amount of money. And my $10. But back to about the gun. What I didn't know was that there's a specific type of gun that when you Glock it, if it stays back like that, either it's jammed or it has no bullets in it. No bullets. So they're thinking we just got robbed with a gun with no bullets. Because it's supposed to go and it just stays. Because if you think about it, when that gun, I noticed like in movies and stuff, like when the gun's going like it goes like this back to forth when it's shooting the bullets. When it run out of bullets, it'll stay like that. So I'm like, y'all just I got robbed for $10. I didn't even get robbed because they didn't even care a fuck about me. They put the gun at them. They didn't point it at me. I was just thankful to the Lord that no one got hurt. Whether that gun was jammed, if they had bullets or it had bullets, take that money. Cause God is watching, and you already know. By the time they already used to robbing and stealing, so I'm pretty sure that God caught up with them. I'm pretty sure, and I hope He did. So they got away with that, and who knows how many more robberies they got away with. But I give thanks to the Lord that no one got hurt. Not my friend or his friends, nor did I. And that's a blessing because, let me tell you, if anyone of you guys, let me give you guys a video, because I seen a video the other day. This lady did not want to give up her purse, and she was going like this with the robber. And you know what the robber did? He just shot her. She could just gave that damn purse away. And he would have just got on the motorcycle and left. Now you lost your life and your purse. Well, you lost your pay. Yeah. You lost your purse and your life. Listen, there is nothing more valuable than your life. God forbid any of you guys have to go through this. If anybody ever has to go through this, God forbid, because we never know what awaits us, give it up. Because your life, nothing is more important than your life. Materials and money, important documents, whatever it is that you don't want to let go of, let it go. It is not worth it. Because people, well, they're not people, demons like those do not care about anything but themselves. And they don't care about nothing. So they will kill. Because if you're making it hard for them to get away with their robbery or whatever the hell they're trying to do, they will kill you because you are an obstacle in their way. So let's just pray to the Lord that doesn't happen to any one of us. And just remember, nothing is more important than your life. That's something that I encountered when I was younger, in my early years. I've been I've seen I've been in other situations where I was with someone and I don't know where they pulled out a gun on somebody. It was like something that's like a whole nother story. But I left that room because I don't know what was going on. All I know is that my friend, one of my friends, not those people in particular, one of my friends came somewhere and did that same shit, and I ran out that motherfucking room. But I'm not talking about that, cause that's another story. Because you don't know who else, what's gonna happen, and you in a place where you're a witness, and you don't know what can happen to you, cause you was there. You understand? That's why you gotta be careful with who you associate yourself with, and the kind of the kind of things you're doing, because I did not expect that to happen that night. I was just expecting to have a good old time and just, come back home as if nothing happened. That ruined the whole night. That actually ruined a lot of things for us, because I imagine all that money that they lost, what they had to go through to gain that money back, and but at least they have their lives. That's what matters. And that's something that I encountered a long time ago. You never know what could happen. That's why you gotta be careful with the people that you hang out with, because God forbid, sometimes you hanging around with somebody and they got beef with somebody and they come and they just shoot everybody they with. Those are things that happen. Those are things that definitely happen. Oh, those are things that happen. And just remember, you gotta be careful with your surroundings. Can't trust nobody. Can't trust nobody. Can't even trust your family. Can't trust your family either. But they will backstab your ass. And in many different ways. Whether snitching on you, whether hurting you, whether not giving you a hand when you need it, turning their back on you, any way possible. People can betray you. And your own family can be the number ones that do it. So don't ever underestimate someone. And no one is exempt from that. Like I said, no one. So don't trust nobody. Shit, don't even trust yourself. I'm telling you, the things that I've been through, I told you, by the grace of God, I'm here. And I'm loving my life. I'm loving my life because I've learned from the experiences that I've been through. And I've also learned from other people's mistakes. And that's the best way to learn from other people's mistakes. Don't be the idiot to continue to commit the same mistakes. And I'm one of those people. I'm stubborn. I've done that over and over. Why? What? How? How can I relate this to what I'm saying? Oh, I relate it to the fact that I suffered from substance abuse for many years. That's being stubborn. That's stubborn. Trying to get a different result and never changes. Like, from my other video, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. If you guys haven't seen that video, I have a video. Check it out, about my drug addiction. And that video says it all. About my drug addiction. And those are things that drugs can bring you. You could think, what I'm saying, you're hanging around with people that you don't even know what's going on. I'm not saying personally the people I was hanging out right there, because even though we was getting high, but they was selling Christmas tree. They wasn't really looking for trouble. But you never know. Even when you're not looking for trouble, look what happened. But I've definitely been around a lot of dangerous situations, around a lot of dangerous people. And I have the light of God, the protection that I am still here. And those are things that come along with using drugs. You surround yourself with people that you never think about surrounding yourself with when you're not using. Because, trust and believe, I had tolerated a lot of nonsense and a lot of nasty shit around me. And weird stuff around me. Weird. Let's just say that there is a lot of weird people out there. And It is disgusting. It's very disgusting. The things that people will do is very malicious and evil. The things that people will say when you're around the wrong type of crowd, and they'll try to bring you down with them. So I'm not really gonna make this video long because I'm already in 20 minutes, and you already know I got an Android. So I hope that this video will help you guys.